and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video, and welcome to a rapid fire series. We now have the Acura TLX Type S. This is Acura's sporty sedan, so it should in theory be fun to drive, it should sound good, it should please the driver. Well, these are all the things we're gonna find out when we get behind the wheel. Let me take you on a quick tour. Styling, mega. This thing looks freaking rad. I'm not sure I'm digging the radar sensor here up front behind the Acura badge, but we can forgive it because this thing just looks good. It's in the right color, it's in the right spec. All that is good. Interior though, just to do a quick walk around. Trunk space. How do you even open the trunk? You probably can't. You can, look at this. There's a little hidden button right here. So let's just pop this up. Okay, massive trunk. And you can fold down the rear seats from here in the back. That's awesome, gotta love that. Back seat though, I have the front seat set to where I would sit. I'm 6'1", so let's see the room. And jumping in the back and oh, yeah. Not good. Look at this, no leg room. I'm 6'1", I have the front seat set. This is a mid-size sedan. There should be plenty more room, but you do have air vents in the rear, which is rare for a sedan, and you have a center armrest, and the leather quality is nice, but no heated seats, and I don't know. They really need to improve that back seat in the TLX. Front seat though, let's take a look at the room, and then when we drive it, we'll talk about the interior. Jumping in, of course, much better. Big leg room up here. Nice cockpit design, steering wheel's great, everything looks nice on the inside. Who cares about how it looks and feels? Let's take it for a drive. Into drive. This is their hot car, so we're just going to drive it in Sport Plus. What do you say, Tyven?
Send it, bud.
Hopefully we'll get one for the full review, but hold on, let me just adjust the camera angle. I like the steering a lot. This is Acura's hot sedan, isn't it? Type S, finally.
Seems like it. Coming
back, reminiscent of the days of the TL Type S. For me, growing up, was always a hot car. It sounds okay.
Yeah, it's
manual mode. We're gonna drive it just in Sport Plus because this is the hot car. So downshift, downshift, downshift. Give me a gear. There we go. It will not hold at red line. That's a mistake. Man, okay, it boogies when you stay into it, obviously.
I mean, it seems fast.
Air conditioned seats. So the interior, before we get into driving, back into sort of a normal driving mode here. Looks amazing on the outside. Stellar looking car. Yeah. Those tailpipes, this thing looks great. Meaty. Man, if you care about styling and you want a sedan, this is like the freaking jam. Okay. Interior space up front is fine, but there's no room in the back.
Yeah, there's almost, like you sat back there and it was just crammed.
It's a mid-size sedan and I can't fit behind myself. That just doesn't seem right. Coming into some corners, braking power.
So good.
The brakes are freaking mega. I don't know how well they'll hold up over time, but at least for that initial bite, it gives you the sense of a real sporty car. Right. I mean, the Type S badge, you know, you have really actually quite good steering. I would say it's light, there's not much feedback, but I think it's direct. The car gets in to be expected. Steering under power, the torque vectoring overdrives the outside rear wheel to dig it in on the highway on the way up. I was showing you how on the throttle, it would tuck the nose in. When you get off the throttle, it went wide.
And it shows a little screen to where you can see the power graphs per wheel.
The cracks on the upshift are awesome. It goes, whoa, bam, bam. But it's just not fast.
It needs a tune.
It needs another 200 horsepower.
Big turbo, hood exit.
It doesn't feel special. They really muted the exhaust noise. There's a limo on this road, Lord. They really muted the exhaust noise. So, and the engine's so well calibrated that it's not peaky. So that, like, it's a great calibration of a turbo engine. Here we are, tight section of the road. Get it in under power. A little bit of lag, but it's shot out. Upshift, man, I mean, it boogies. Needs, more power. And it needs more special flair. I just feel like I'm driving a normal Acura. Like, if you told me this was Acura's performance car, it kind of feels like BMW's M Sport.
Yeah, like the 330-esque.
Yeah, well, 340i would be, I guess, comparable inline six, but those feel faster than this.
Yeah.
This isn't like an M3 competitor in any way whatsoever. The brakes, though, are.
Yeah.
So they put components that are really good, but it's not a holistically well thought out package. And I thought that it was going to be a little bit more performance oriented because they held the track event. All the first reviews, or I should say the media launch, was at Laguna Seca, which we were not invited to. Come on, Acura.
But I also think their main focus now is with the new NSX sleek nose, whatever they call it. The new S-Line NSX.
Oh yeah, with the 600 horsepower thing?
Yeah.
Look at this, thumbs up from people. I mean, it looks really good. So it sounds good. I think you just need exhaust and a tune.
And then take out the plug that puts the speakers, or the exhaust note through the speakers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the fake noise in here is not so good. But I gotta say, like, this thing feels good on a back road. You can certainly have fun. And, you know, you're gonna get that Honda and Acura reliability that a lot of people really desire, you know? Wow, that truck almost was coming right for us. That was crazy. Are we going the right way here?
No, you should have made a right up there, but
Well, that's
left.
north? I don't understand.
Well, no, that was back to Denver, and this is going.
Well, more time in the Acura. That's fine. Foot down. Here we go. We need to get up to speed. Come on, Acura. Love that shift. I have it in manual mode, but it's upshifting at the rev limiter.
Yeah,
Tell me how that makes any sense on a performance vehicle.
So the manual is kind of pointless.
Well, there's no manual. Well, you mean the manual mode here.
Yeah.
Under wide open throttle, it makes no difference. But you do get to do these downshifts, which are a little bit lethargic for a sporty car. Again, if this was like their A-Spec, I'd be jamming. I'd be like, yeah, 100%. This is awesome. But you put a Type S badge on there, that says a lot. So here we go. Come on. Just no grunt.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, we're moving. Like, I wouldn't want anything less than this.
Right.
But, like, you can't tell me this is the Acura's best attempt at making something spicy. Anyway, styling is sublime. As a daily driver, I don't know if it gets much better than this.
Yeah, this is perfect daily.
If you're just cruising, let's try that out. So we'll take it out of crazy Sport Plus mode. Also, when you're in sitting and you turn up the modes, the revs increase each time, so it goes, which is pretty funny. I don't know why they do that. I don't know. So now we're in normal mode, and we'll put it in drive. Gotta say, it's compliant. It doesn't beat you up. I mean, we've driven sporty versions of sedans. Avalon TRD, for example.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Look, that is a great car. I don't care what anyone says. It's just so bad, it's good. And that really rode a lot firmer than this car. But they looked similar. I mean,
it feels kind of soft.
Yeah,
as a
it's soft, but that's okay. So I just think they are misrepresenting the car by putting a Type S badge on here. The car itself is fantastic. If you came into this not knowing it was a Type S and you're like, here are the keys to a sedan,
or
you'd
that
be
you
like,
didn't know what Type S meant.
yeah, or yeah, just like here's an Acura sedan, you'd be like, holy crap, this thing is stellar, looks good, drives great, almost very little flummoxing on the drivetrain, like really good calibration of brake pedal, accelerator pedal, transmission. All the makings here are for an amazing car. It's just not a sporty car. I mean, it gives you the impression of a sporty car, but it's not. You're not going out and rip up back roads in this thing, I don't think. What do you think? Are we going to see these on the tail of the dragon and at track days?
There's definitely going to be that one person.
There's going to be that guy who's like, I love Acuras. Ed Camden, who writes for us, loves this thing.
But can't afford an NSX.
Right, can't afford an NSX. I don't know. Honestly, I would buy this 100%. I would just take all the Type S badges off of it.
I don't think I could or would.
You don't think you would? Not for you? So here's just normal sport.
The shift was a lot slower.
That took a little while. Maybe Sport Plus. You just got to drive it maxed out. Here we go. Sport Plus. Sport Plus is like Gran Turismo mode on the transmission. Just boom, boom. I think it sounds mega. I think it sounds better than like an Infiniti Q60. You said it has a lot of VQ sound to it.
It's got the kind of the tone of a VQ.
Is this our exit here? I think so. It just give me gears. You put 10 gears in this thing. Put them down low. Space them tight. There we go. Why does it have to have a whole gearbox of a gap between 2 and 3? Let's come into here. Let's go in hot, hard on the brakes. Let's chuck it in. Look at that torque vectoring, keeping the nose good. Oh, handles good when you really start pushing it. On a back road, this thing, no question, is a weapon.
So we will see these on the Dragon.
I think on the Dragon, it may be a little bit too big, but like, you know, twisty road around here, perfect daily driver. Just don't start getting yourself thinking it's an M3, right? And 355 horsepower sounds like a lot, but feels like a little.
Yeah.